Did not want to make this video. I want to be enthusiastic for Pierre Poilievre, but at some point Canadians are going to have to show support for an actual alternative. It might already be too late, to be honest, but here's a few reasons why I think Max Bernier is a better option than Pierre.
Hey, axe the tax!
Axe the tax!
All right, good to see you.
Good to I love it. I'm happy to be here.
So this is the pleb, and he's at the, just like a random guy on the internet, but he's at the Pierre Poilievre rally.
What?
Yes.
How come you don't want to talk about me? It's kind of sad, don't you think, that I get thrown out because I'm wearing a Make Canada Great hat again?
Are you leaving?
I have to. They won't let me in with my hat, and they said I got to take it off. So you go screw yourselves.
But you can wear his
Based. That guy in the car is a patriot.
shirt that says support him, and you can wear a fuck Trudeau flag. You can do all that, but you can't wear that hat.
Get this, I got a picture in my phone of me and Pierre Poilievre with me wearing my blackface Trudeau sweater and this hat, and standing beside each other having a great old time at the AgriCom at the last time he was here, and everything was just fucking hanky-dorky. But this time they...
Look, the Make Canada Great Again on a hat is way more mild than the than a blackface Trudeau shirt.
They don't want to let me in because they're getting all woke. And you know what? That's
He's right.
not why I came here today. I came here to try to get our country back, not for them buying into this woke bullshit.
Well, I respect it.
So I am the hell out of here.
You're going to take your hat off and join us regardless?
Nope.
Nope,
No?
not a chance.
No, but tell me you're not going to vote Liberal now.
I'd rather fight than change.
Don't tell me you're going to vote Liberal, though.
I agree with the guy in the car. If they tell you to remove a Make Canada Great Again hat, like, what are you supposed to think? It's just a hat. Make Canada Great Again is a positive message. Give me a break. It's obviously because it reminds people of Trump, but let the guy wear what he wants.
You know what? Everybody in Alberta should vote for Carney, and that way everybody then will just separate. How about that? Huh?
I think that's the plan if Gardy does win. All right. Have a nice night. Okay.
Here's a recent one of Poilievre talking about immigration.
You know, we had a tradition in this country before this government where you could come from places, the conflict-ridden places in the world, and you would leave the fight behind. You might have a debate about the politics of that place when you sat down in a coffee shop in Montreal or Toronto, but it never overflowed into street violence.
So far, so good.
We need to get back to that. You should know, we welcome people to this country. Sure, bring your culture, bring your traditions, bring your family, but do not bring foreign.
Where was the conversation in Canada about this? Bring your culture, bring your family, bring your traditions. That worked. Oh, Canada's a tapestry, Canada's a mosaic. That stuff worked pretty much for like a while because there was still a common culture, even if it was not discussed. That message is not working. You go to major cities in Canada, it's like being in an airport. Nobody talks to each other. This group's doing their thing. This group's doing their other thing. At least Maxime Bernier understands that this is crippling the culture and like the services. It takes forever to get a doctor's appointment. If you have to see a specialist, good luck. It's a nightmare. It's, by the way, a legitimate nightmare. It's a complete joke. It's totally like an infringement on human rights. You can't get private options in healthcare. Plus, from a cultural perspective, like Canada needs a discussion about what's the culture. It can't just be an airport layover.
Foreign conflicts onto our streets. We're going to have peaceful streets again, and we're going to be united. All of us should
unite. How are you going to be united like that? The immigration numbers have gotten so high. You're not going to be united if everyone just comes here and does what they were doing over there. Would Saudi Arabia do this? Would any country just pick a random Cambodia? They're not just going to say, come here, do whatever the hell you want, bring your traditions, bring your family, bring your culture. Why is Canada, maybe a handful of European countries, what the hell policy is that? It's terrible. It doesn't work. There's a million reasons. It's just woke bullshit.
We consider ourselves Canadian first and put foreign divisions behind us.
But that's not Canadian first. That's not Canada first. That's the problem with Pierre. I think it's not enough. It's just a little bit correct, but that's not going to fix anything. At least when Max Bernier talks, you know what he stands for. I don't know exactly the specifics, but with Poilievre, it's just 50% of the way there. I don't think it's going to fix the country.
Why would Poilievre and Trudeau be embracing the same policy that everyone hates and is destroying Canada?
Yeah, you have a point there. 70% of the population in Canada, the last survey, are saying no to mass immigration. We must end mass immigration. So your question is, if these politicians...
At least you know where Bernier stands on that issue. Poilievre, like, I think he would be better than Carney. I want to be supportive. I like a lot of the things he says, but it's not good enough. There's a very big problem in Canada from a cultural perspective, from a housing crisis, from a strain on public services, etc. Final clip. This kind of goes with the first clip. Poilievre has twisted himself into circles to not look like Trump. Terrible, terrible strategy. The Liberals are going to call you Trump anyway, and they do. And Pierre Poilievre, I believe, could have used American right-wing media, which is a giant. This is my opinion. I think if Poilievre gave them a reason, they would have went to fucking battle for him to get a conservative government just in their like neighbor up north. That's my opinion. I think if he like winked at them or just gave them something to fight for, I think the Charlie Kirks, Tucker Carlsons, Patrick Bet-David, who's on screen, there is such a powerful ecosystem. Poilievre totally blew it. None of them really support him, at least publicly, only a very little bit.
Pierre Poilievre couldn't beat him.
That's what's the sad part.
Well, you know why it's not sad? Because every time we invited Pierre, arrogant, pompous team, the only podcast he ever did is Jordan Peterson. So let me get this straight.
That is inexcusable. That's how you win. That's a big reason why Trump won. Just get in people's phones. Get in the phone. You do these podcasts, they get millions of views. The clips get millions of views. This is so simple, too. This is a lesson you should have learned by now in politics. Just go on the American ones. Who gives a shit? They're going to call you Trump. It doesn't matter. They're going to insult you anyway. Conservatives in Canada, I'm going to, pardon my French here. Well, I'm not going to say it because maybe YouTube doesn't want it, but they're so weak. Oh.
You saw Millet win because he went everywhere. You saw Bukele win, he went everywhere. You saw Trump win because he went everywhere. You saw Bobby win because he went everywhere. You saw Vivek become a superstar because he went everywhere. And you don't, you deserve losing.
It's true. You deserve to lose. Like, the only explanation I think is Pierre might think, some campaign manager, oh, if I go on Charlie Kirk's show, if I go down to the States and do interviews with like Laura Trump or whoever, if I go on Fox News, go see Jesse Waters, they're going to call me Trump. Who cares? They call you that anyway. The American media, the right-wing media in America are giants. They're so sharp. They're so smart. Pierre goes on Megyn Kelly once. That interview is going to be all over the internet constantly. These Canadian shows he's going on recently, man, they're great. They get like, I saw the one with Brian Lilly, I think, has maybe like 180K views roughly. That is not enough. 180K isn't going to cut it. Yeah, I just looked. The Pierre Brian Lilly one had 174K, at least when I'm recording this here. This other podcast he did with this person, I don't know who this is, but 304K, not going to cut it. That's not enough. Like, I'm going to sound like I'm bragging. I have another YouTube channel. A video that gets 304K, yes, it's great. That's not like a cultural movement. That's just like a drop in the bucket. It's great. Look at this one down here. This is what you need. This one with Jordan Peterson 3 months ago, 5.6 M's. That is like a massive podcast. That's going to be clipped. That's a newsworthy take, newsworthy amount of views. You need those in the millions. They get clipped. Those clips get millions. That's a real movement on social media. 304K, yes, it's great. It's not good enough to win a federal election for an entire country. You need these podcasts in the millions of views. So anyway, and then here's another one down here. I joined Ben Mulrooney, 174K 2 weeks ago. It's not enough. You need to get on the big shows. The big shows are American. Who cares if they call you Trump? But anyway, soapbox rant over for now. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.